Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Our town proudly welcomes you to the poetry reading session. This is the third consecutive time we are hosting this event and have had the privilege to invite some marvelous poets who will soon capture you with their artwork read by words. This auspicious event serves as a platform that provides the scope for the fresh and upcoming talents to showcase their upcoming poets to showcase their talents. Nonetheless, we strive to provide you with the best. The esteemed poets who will be reciting their poetry to us soon are Kaiser Haq, Abdun Tushar, Abdul Haque, Fakhera Nawshin, Abdul Haque, Muhammad Ali Sattar, and Sattar. If you love poetry and want yourself to be mesmerized by the work of the wordsmiths, you are in the right place. We will also be telecasting this event live on our YouTube channel. I'm Kazi and I will be your host for the evening. First, let me introduce Ms. Fakhera Nawshin to you. Kazi Nawshin is a second-year student at Department of English, University of Dhaka. She is an accent trainer at Cyprus. Her hobbies include writing poetry, short prose, and painting. Sometimes her poems and paintings come together as they complement one another. Ms. Fakhera Nawshin, would you please come to the stage and share your work with us? Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for giving me the chance to recite my poetry. Actually, I'm really nervous right now because I didn't know I had to go first, and it sort of came into like a whim because my friends work here and they asked me to recite some of my poetry. So I choose 3 of them, and I'd like to recite them one by one. I hope you'll listen to me patiently, and let's begin. The first one I want to recite is titled The Black Ballerina. It sort of has a fantasy theme to it. So, The Black Ballerina. Every night, right after 12, my black ballerina comes to life with a pretty smile and long tight hair. From the wardrobe top, she takes a dive. My black ballerina, she's so sweet, with tapered dress and shoes to show. She twirls, she swirls, she takes a bow, while all drifts asleep, she dances slow. Beware, my pretty, pretty doll, for morning rays bring you undone. From lively lass to a lifeless doll, nature plays a heartless pun. But not to worry, my dancing toy, you'll get your chance to dance again. Every night, right at 12, the kiss of life will wipe your pain. Okay. That was the first poem. The second one is titled Perception. Okay, I'll begin right away. Perception. Okay, let me say a few words before I recite this poem. I remember seeing a painting that was titled The Fall of Icarus by Bruegel, and the painting sort of indicated how when Icarus, after trying to fly to the sun, fell to the sea, and everybody else was busy with their own works, and nobody really gave that event that much significance. the farmers, the shepherds were doing their job, and the ship was sailing by. And so when I saw this painting, I thought that maybe there is a different way to portray this. Maybe Icarus's fall was not something insignificant. Maybe it meant something to him that the people that were nearby him didn't actually understand. So that's what the poem sort of, I tried to capture that with the poem, so I'll begin. The title is Perception. Icarus once came up on my dreams. He fluttered his wings and whispered slowly, "Let me show you one magical, unreal realm that only those who dare to do know. Watch me fly, watch me fly, watch me soar up in the skies. Watch me flutter my wings and glide. Watch me bathe in pure sunlight. Don't bother heeding any other word than the ones your surreal heart speaks. Others will always call you absurd, the ones that are too eager to retreat. Such demise, they'll yearn upon your grave. If only you saw through my eyes, if only you saw what I crave. For I do not wish upon a star, I shall fly to the moon and plummet soon. I shall again bathe in the blessed sun, that is the only wish I've known afar. I shall die the same demise 1,000 times, and hear the angels of heaven earnestly chime, if I were to be Icarus, if I were to fly. I'm moving on to the very last poetry. It also sort of begins with a fantasy theme, but it changes in the last stanza. So I'll begin right away. The title is Utopia. In a land far, far away, where the flowers tilt their head and sway, this way, that way, any way they please. Buckets full of sunlight drops upon the windows and chimney tops, everything so peaceful, so at ease. I laugh and I laugh. I laugh till my chest aches and my eyes water. I laugh till everything is silenced by my voice. I feel disgusted, disoriented. Is this what I want? I ask myself. This painted lie portrait to confuse me? The voices surround me. You need help, you need help. Put her in a box. Let the old hag loose now. Let it eat away her soul and blind her. I silence them with a sneer. Come here, come here. Watch the old hag munch away my soul. The monster's black cake strangle my existence, painting picture after picture of false purity. And say prayers for my dark soul to cleanse. One last time I laugh at them. Too late, I say. For sunshine, for moonlight, and warm breeze. I'm all in all painted in charcoal, and I'm in love with my stained, twisted soul. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to my poetry. Thank
you, Ms. Nawshin. It was lovely to hear from you. Next, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Abdul Haque. Abdul Haque was born in Barisha. He traveled to and lived in several towns of Bangladesh, and his father had a transferable job. He studied in many schools, but then he felt restless and did not feel settled anywhere. Since his family was always moving. As he started working, he began traveling outside Bangladesh. He lived in many different countries, in some as an immigrant. He has several published books of poems and of fiction in Bangla. He has been writing poems in English for 15 years or so. He has not published any books yet. I would like to invite Mr. Abdul Haque to come to the podium and say a few words before sharing us your works. Thank you.
Okay, I will read 2 poems. The first one is Dream About the Train. The dream about the train returned last night. I was on the right train. Then I got down and got into the wrong train. Or I got into the right train and I bought the right ticket. But when the checker came, they kept bringing out the wrong tickets from the depth of my life. Everyone laughed at me, for I couldn't produce the right ticket. I kept trying and kept saying that I was not lying. But I didn't learn the right way of talking. I did not have the vocabulary. The more I talked, the more abstract I became, and I kept confusing the ticket checker. Then, though I remember I got the right ticket, I felt sorry for myself. That maybe I didn't buy. Maybe all the tickets that I carry have expired long ago. So they kept ridiculing me, and I kept saying the wrong things, confusing everyone more and more. Don't know when I'll be able to sleep again. Like black lace on a brown shoe, the train returned in my dream. And I got into some locomotive, right or wrong, I don't know. Last night, or this morning, or yesterday, I don't know. Why it returns? I am as it wanted, alone, yet it keeps returning like a winged stone, cuffed out into the vertical space I owned. So it returns and plunges into me as if I am that point, going right deep inside me in 1 second. For I guess I missed her companionship more than anything else. Hence, it is easy for her to go right inside of me like this. And by going right inside me, she sits next to me for a while, then flies away. Again, as if going inside of me was a preparation, a push to the ground for flying away. This is a train that flies away, and flies away often. But hey, I want to tell her this. Long term is not accumulated returns. It cannot be. If you want the long term, then I will buy the right ticket. Then we will have to get out of this recurring dream and go for the longest journey of all time. And then I will never get into the wrong train again. And whatever I bring out from the depth of my life will be the right ticket, beyond all seals and endorsements. And the horizon will accompany us. And the fog-made tea sellers will pester us. And the rose bush will show us our beloved thorns. And the drones will sing on the green fields. Then why do we have to stay in dreams and show the wrong tickets to the checker and face his repeated questions? Are you sure? Are you sure that she returned? Are you sure that these co-passengers who are peppermint, whose cells are infested with torn diaries, are good people and will not fuck your train? Are you sure that you are here and you bought the right ticket time after time? Second one. Shalihar. In Shalihar, you are more silent than the lawn. Here, grass is suitable for bathing. There are big, unlimited ponds floating in the space. Submerged in the grass water all day, like a buffalo, you see that tree is not an opportunity to fill in the gap. You learn from the trees to stand longer in one place. The tunnel of the twilight, formed by the tall trees of unknown world and the rice field of timelessness, stands still and unsaying in the evening, opening the door to the time without time. Cabin after cabin submerged in the space. The white rod of dirt illuminates like the street light of galaxies. The hamlet birds, singing from all sides all day, create the Dolby surround effect of earth in the dark. The passageway to silence becomes clear at the nightfall. The constant water machine, the eternal horse that keeps pond alive in this dry season, brings you back to your vision. And you see that in Shalihar, you can't bypass dreams. You walk through the vastness of tiny grass blades. The green is the unlimited water bucket here, where bathing is more suitable than shower. These are not catalogue of greed or love. You hear the train rises and diminishes, then the night owls call called echoes. You see that the borders divide but train unites. You are not here to put a number against each item or write them down one after the other from left to right, from top to bottom, or this, for this is not the love for the order of narratives, nor an act of hanging the padded bra on a flat wall, or that of closing a bright diary of tertiary colors. This is languagelessness. Here the eye of a falling leaf is a reason to sing. Silence, to write twice from left to right, thrice from top to bottom, and on the dark horizon. Noise, you erase what you wrote in the reverse order. Now you have no list, small or big, of silence or of noise. Something needs to change for you to see the green fall on the unlimited field in the morning and at the dusk. Something needs to go beyond the black and white. Unlearn narratives. Walk away from the craft of turning everything into a list, and you will reach Shalima. You look up and you look away from the mirror of metaphors. You look away from the descriptions, for descriptions and mirrors reflected emptiness, and you will be able to look into her eyes again. Whisper to her and admit that you love her and you are desperate to make sense to her. Posture immaterial. Know that a full stop is the potential to begin a new life. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. Those were some amazing words. Our next poet is none other than Mr. Kaiser Haq. So first, let me introduce to you Mr. Kaiser Haq. Kaiser Haq is a poet, essayist, translator, and a professor of English at the Dhaka University, ULAB. Educated at the University of Dhaka, BA Honours and MA, and Warwick PhD as a Commonwealth Scholar. He was a senior Fulbright Scholar and Vargas Fellow at the University of Wisconsin, Nemo, Royal Literary Fund Fellow at SOAS, Cafe Poet at the Poetry Cafe of the Poetry Society, London, and a resident at the Recollects in Paris. An Independence War veteran, he is a life member of the Asiatic Society of Bangladesh and the Association of Literary Scholars and Critics, USA. This is his 8th volume of poetry. His other books include 2 edited poetry anthologies, and 5 translated volumes. Mr. Haq lives in Dhaka with his wife and daughter. Now I would like to invite Mr. Haq to the stage and say a few words before reciting his words. Thank you.
Thank you. I should have edited that because that's the bio at the back of one of my books. Some of the things were not quite relevant. Anyway, it's good to be here. I think this is the first time that a newspaper has organized an event of this sort. I believe it's been organizing this quite regularly, and it's a pleasure to see some young faces here whom I've seen in the corridors of Dhaka University. Unfortunately, I will not see you in class because Mansoor and I, Mansoor's son and I are retiring at the end of June. But we'll be around, you can always find us if you want to discuss anything.
Or more and more into poetry sessions.
More poetry sessions. I hope this will be a continuing tradition at this place. I'd like to start with a poem. It was written after the unfortunate incident at Brahman, and it speaks up for what Stephen Pinker calls the better angels of our nature. And we have opposed forces in each of us, and the better ones are under threat everywhere. And Buddha is under threat not only on this side of the border, but even in Myanmar, which is supposed to be a Buddhist country. So it speaks up for humane values. How many Buddhas can they destroy? When you cling to things you have, or crave a little you don't, and the voice whispers, let go, for everything is impermanent. It's the Buddha speaking. When your mind is a medley of wayward thoughts, and the voice whispers, get a grip on yourself, it's the Buddha speaking. When your vocal cords are taut and ready to hurl a volley of abuse, your fists are itching to fly, and the voice whispers, take it easy. It's the Buddha speaking. When your hand reaches under the table for a wad of banknotes, and you hear a cautionary voice, it's the Buddha speaking. When you are panting around the maze of the rat race, and you hear an amused voice tell you what a waste of energy it is, it's the Buddha speaking. When you have given up all hope for the world and place a fantasy finger on a nuclear button to blow it up, and the gentle voice counsels love for all there is, it's the Buddha speaking. Who can tell how many Buddhas there must be in our overpopulated world for us to hear the voice so often every day? Social scientists might find it interesting to conduct a worldwide survey. They needn't bother. I can give you the answer straight away. It's over 6 billion. There are over 6 billion of us, each with a living Buddha in a tiny yet immeasurable space within the house. Now tell me, what can they do to so many, those merchants of calculated hatred, those engineers of irrationality? Tell me, what can they do against 6 billion Buddhas? Tell me, how many Buddhas can they destroy? At poetry reading, I found that poems that are structured in a simple way go down better. So that's why there's something called performance poetry. I have a poem called Buriganga Blues. And sometimes I have actually read it out to the accompaniment of a guitar. Or even without a guitar, one can adapt the blues style of singing or elements from that. Read it. So I'll repeat words. Buriganga Blues. Down, 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 down my luck, and down, down, down. I take my time brushing teeth, shaving with 3-month-old throwaway razor, catch up with headlines waving at me from a newsboy's hand, as if I'm an old buddy. Should I wave back? At which? Renewed allegations of corruption, or allegations trashed, or offer a 2-fingered salute in remembrance of Wolf Cup days. V for victory, or U for up yours, which? Or should I part with a part of my dwindling resources on a copy of the rag and open that Mufassal news and predictable samples of perennial problems in small town and countryside, women sent to Coventry, if not whipped, for alleged adultery, or found on Jezebel hanging by a tatty sari from bamboo rafters, power play of local honchos with gangs of goons to straighten out nosy newsmen. It's so easy to shed tears. Are they any use? Can they solve an uneasy spirit? Wondering if any movement can be viable, I decide to move on. Slip feet into sandals with flapping soles. Let them drag me to the black waters of the polluted Buriganga River. Watch the seasons turn. The rains have stopped. The blue sky is such a pure blue, such a pure blue. Such a pure blue, I can only stare in disbelief. I'll end with this more somber poem. Learning grief. It's autobiographical and it's basically realization because of this experience that we have to learn to feel grief. Because very small children repress the trauma, and you'll sometimes see a 3-year-old come and tell you, oh, you know, my mother has died, as if nothing has happened. But she has repressed her sorrow. As she grows up, she'll learn to feel grief, and so she'll have to deal with that. And I think we have to slowly acquire the ability to feel grief. So this poem contrasts two experiences of mine. One when I was very small and my grandmother died, and then some years later when a sister of mine died in infancy. She was just 3 months old. Learning grief. A study in contrast. At 8, I was dragged from bed to hand a glass of water to grandmother in death bed. She drank. I went back to sleep. And when I woke up, it was to the stillness and stifled sobs of mourning. Relations arrived, and religious professionals droning from scriptures as incense smoke rose in fragrant coils. Father was red-eyed, withdrawn, a sight to be commented on by my neighborhood friends. His mother has died, they said, plucking in sympathy. I remember feeling nothing, except that the whole scene was novel. The clock of my life did not stop, as it did when I was 10. And the sister arrived like a sliver of moonlight, erased almost at once by a dark mop of cloud. Winter pneumonia. Mother's gloom was long as the night. And at school, day after tasteless day, under the austere miniature of the crucifixion, I went through lessons and exercises, somber as any penitent monk, watching friends at play, at their pranks. I thought, I never smiled or laughed. I'll never feel joy again. Everyone, bless them, left me alone until one day, like the earth feeling its contours change as seeds detonate under rain, I felt the clock of my life begin to tick again as a joke burst from my lips. I can laugh again, I thought, smiling. I had learned grief.
Thank you.
One more? No, one more? One more?
We want to.
One, a funny one. Have you read Dr. Faustus? Have you read Tennyson?
Yes.
Men may come and men may go.
I go on forever.
I go on forever. Well, you know, fair Helen. You should be talking to him. You should be talking first year. 1969.
All right, okay.
It's titled Civil Service Romance, and it's written in a parody of the kind of bureaucratic English that was used in our offices at one time. It's dedicated to poet Nissim Ezekiel, who actually made this kind of poem famous. He used to jot down what Indian speakers of English said. If you heard something funny, he would write it down, and then he put them together in amusing poems. So that was taken from the actual speech of people. This is a parody of the kind of English people would write. It's an exchange of letters. Number one, the letter, subject, improvement of bilateral ties. Dear Miss, with due respect and humble submission, I beg to welcome you to neighboring section. I am coming the other day early for a change in view of new boss. And you are also coming up the same stairway. Power is failing as per schedule, and the lift will not move, not even down. 5 floors is no joke for fair sex, but still you are climbing and smiling. I am sweating, but you are glowing, and becoming very beautiful. Hitherto also you are pretty, needless to say. This is the face I am saying to myself, to expedite launching of vessels. Fair Helen, I am mentally drafting, make me immortal crew member. You are joining as lower division assistant, but you are upper division lady to me. I was lower division also initially, and rose by dint of good performance. I will teach sweet lady to follow suit. I'm thinking at once. How to do the buttering of boss without compromising situation, etc. By the grace of Allah, my boss today is sending me with urgent file to your section, and we are talking while the matter is pending as per regulation. What is urgent when we are dealing with most immediate? Bosses and governments come and go, but we go on forever. We are learning family particulars, likes and dislikes, making jokes, improving all round bilateral ties. Now night is falling and falling. And I am like ever-loving film hero, tossing and turning with pillow in lieu of beloved. I cannot find further words, not even in dictionary. So, adieu. Please reply most immediate. I will die for you every day and remain your humble servant. The reply is short and to the point. The reply. Subject, matrimonial. Dear sir, with reference to your letter of no date, the matter is referred to father through mother. I am on casual leave, cooking dishes. Please apply through proper channel and thereby oblige your loving servant. Thank you.
That was really wonderful, Mr. Haq. Moving on, our next poet is Muhammad Ali Sattar. Let me introduce Muhammad Ali Sattar to you first. Muhammad Sattar was born in Chicago. From early childhood, he has been writing rhymes, poetry, and also performing on stages. He won many prizes, including a gold medal in literary competitions at various levels. He is also the English language broadcaster at BTV and radio. He worked as a radio passenger in London. He has worked with major English dailies and weeklies, including Our Time. He is the founder of the first English reading group in Bangladesh called Eternal. He is with us now and promises to continue writing. Thank you. Mr. Sattar, would you please come to the podium?
Thank you. I'm still actually in a laughing mode after what Kaiser Haq presented in his last write-up. I must thank Kaiser Haq especially for this excellent piece presented to us, and Mr. Haq also for the first one. We're wrong with the right ticket and all that. Thank you very much. Am I here at the wrong time? I mean, people will be enjoying. I don't think they'll listen to me. You probably didn't listen to me. All right. Remembering 1971. I woke up with a crushing sound, a sound I never heard, as though the world came to cease. It was dark, no sign of light in the horizon. What time was it? No one knew. The pitch black darkness was all we could behold. Guns roared from all sides, sparks of fire could I see. Sang the footsteps, heavy and ominous, closed in. I shuddered. I realized they are here to mute my voice, to take away the words my mother taught me, to sing the songs my mom sang for me, to snatch the warmth and shelter that I have in my mother's tall sari. Reins of Buddhist block my horse, fearless and lost. For I knew the evils by now, evils moved in the dark. Suddenly, all hell stopped. Uneasy calm prevailed for a while. There was some error in the printing, I'm sorry, I didn't get it right out. All hell were let loose. Uneasy calm prevailed for a while. The crickets now roar up along the floors. The night got menacing. I stealthily tiptoed onto the front yard, where mother husked paddy and basked in winter rolls. Here we played with little balls, and in the moonlit nights sang our time away. It was now all quiet. The eerie ambience touched my heart, as in the grave, no sound, no sign of life. Mother, I whispered in the air many a time, calling her. My call now was no more a whisper. Now it echoed across the fences, beyond fringes of the hamlet, the woods and the rivers. I went on calling her. Alas, no response, no answer. Silence is all I heard. I found her at last, in the far end of the yard, lying motionless, eyes still, lips apart, bathed in blood. I fought a war all alone, with her songs, her love, and her soothing words, but without her. Well, that was that, and a few romantic pieces now. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
ছোট কয়েকটা আছে। Come to me in my arms, as the moon is up in the sky. Come to me in my arms as stars twinkle in the eye. Oh maiden, do come and make me live again, as I wait for thee for ages, it seems. I know you shall come stealthily, with a bunch of amber, when the moon is gone. But I don't wait every day, I mean, it's just about waiting one evening. What all knows is the cold. Along the path, old darling, we met once in the cold dusk. We met as strangers, hungry, tired, and cold. The weather was wild. It was rainy in winter. The biting cold caught us in shades of a broken wall. Only light was a thunder night. All was a dark ambience as our feet caught round in the roaring water and our physic drenched. Teeth muttering, sides blurred. Braving the storm, the biting cold that hit us like 1,000 bullets, our thoughts wandered in a distant land of dreams, of heat, of now. Our eyes met for once. Our minds spoke for once, when the storm was over and gone, we were others standing alone. And this is the last one, I won't bore you anymore. This is something got to do with habit, addiction, and all that stuff. It was written when I was very young. When I was in college, I don't know when, but around that time. Dogged by habit. Dogged by habit. She took to the streets to pick the bus or a few bucks. Ah, how long is that peace? All day long, she sits alone near a lamppost and waits graciously for the cigarette end. She is bent by habits. Her physique is drowned in decay. Blurred vision, no one heard her speak. But there she sits, waiting for the heart, defying death, dogged by habit. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now we would like to take a short reflection break for 15 minutes. Thank you for your patience. Everyone, it was a really short break, so please take your seats and we'll proceed with our next word. Everyone, would you please take your seats? It was a really short break, so please take your seats and we'll proceed with our next word. Thank you, everyone. Our next poet is Mr. Tushar. He is a poet and a critic, and he is currently a professor at ULab. Mr. Tushar, would you please come up to the podium and share your notes with us? Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. I believe this is a poetry reading session where poetry poems will be read in English. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay, that's great. I think perhaps I need a little more introduction because I'm a poet, I'm a critic, as well I write stories. And this day is a special day for me because today I heard that I have been shortlisted for this Commonwealth Short Story Prize. This is something that I should celebrate with you. Well, I have a book on short stories. I have 2 books of poems, and I wrote them a long time back. I write poems as well, now and then. So I can remember I wrote one poem which was published in Rothomalo some few months back. This is a pretty long poem, so if you allow, then I can read it out. So, কবিতার নাম হচ্ছে মেঘ মেঘুর মেটা ন্যারেটিভ। শুরুতে কাজী নজরুল ইসলামের উদ্ধৃতি আছে, কবি ও অকবি যাহা পরম মোড়ে মুখ বুঝে তাই সব সই সঙ্গে। So pardon my spelling, আমি ভালো করতে পারি না। এই মেঘ মেঘুর মেটা ন্যারেটিভ আমার ছিল না, এই বৃষ্টি বিজন অ্যান্থোলজির পাতায় আমাকে খুঁজো না। কবিতা লিখি না বহুকাল, তার আগে আরো বহুদিন আমি লিখি কবিতা, তার আগে আরো বহুদিন কেটে গিয়েছিল কবিতা না লিখে। এই লিখি অলেখার চাপে দুর্ঘটনা ক্রমে যা কিছু ছিল মগজ লেখা কাছে গেলে, তাতে কারো মনে বাবলা পাতার রস লেগেছে, কারো ব্যক্তি মালিকানা হলো, কেউ পুঁজিপাত বলে শেয়ার বাজারে করে দাঁড়িয়ে হয়ে গেল। কিন্তু এই মেঘ মেঘুর মেটামেটারি কখনোই আমার হলো না। সামনে বইটার পিছনে নিবেদা নিয়ে নিরর্থক ইতিহাসে মুখস্থ হয়ে যাওয়ার ভয়ে আমি কাঁপতে চাই। ফলে হে পাঠক, আমাকে খুঁজে না তুমি বহুদিন, ততদিন আমি আমাকে খুঁজি না। শুধু কিছু আনন্দ হয়েছিল, কিন্তু এই সামান্য যৌথতা অনিবার্য হয়ে ওঠে কখনো এই স্পজের সম্পর্কের দুনিয়ায়। 2 চিরকাল পরে কেটে থাকা কতটা দুঃখে, তাই আমি মেটাফোরগুলো জমাই কোনো এক ভার্চুয়াল মানির ব্যাংকে। তাতে তারা আমার কাছে থাকে, কিন্তু কোনো জবরদস্তি ন্যারেটিভের অংশ না হবে। এক একটি মেটাফোর এক একটি নগর রাষ্ট্রের মতো ছোট এবং স্বয়ম্ভর। আমার ব্যক্তিত্ব তৈরি হতে থাকে তাদের ব্যক্তি স্বাতন্ত্র্য দিয়ে। আমার ভেতর আমি যখন নামি কেমন কিছু মেটাফোর পাই, যারা দুষ্টুমি করে আমায় একটা আত্মাভিমান বানিয়ে দিয়েছে। ফলে হে পাঠক, তুমি যাকে কবি রূপে শনাক্ত করছো, সে জাস্ট একটুকু ঝকঝকে আত্মাভিমান মাত্র। কিছু সাহিত্য শাসিত মেটাফোর এই মনোরম ফাঁদে ফেলেছে আমাকে, কিন্তু এই মেঘ মেঘুর মেটানারি কখনোই আমার হবে না। আমি আত্মঘাতী বোমার মতো ওকে ধ্বংস করেছি আমার অনন্ত মৃত্যুর মধ্য দিয়ে। তবু আমাদের দেখা হবে বারবার প্রতিবার। এই পাঠক, তুমি আজ উচ্চ ম্যাটারনালিটি বগলে অ্যান্থোলজি ইট আমাদের রচনায় অদূর বিনিয়োগ প্রত্যাবর্তনে আমাদের প্রতি পরিচয় ফলত নির্ধারণ নতুন যোগাযোগ পূর্ব প্রণয়ের দাবি কখনোই সামনে জানাবে না আবারও আনন্দ হবে কিছু আবারও ভুলে যাওয়ার আগে ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, Mr. Noor. It is my pleasure to present to you our next poet, Marilyn Before. Marilyn is a student in her final year at Eastern University and a recent member of her team here at the Daily Art Camp. Ms. Marilyn, would you please come to the podium? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I don't think I need any more of an introduction. I would just like to go straight into my poems. I have two poems here today. The first one was written a long time back when there was a murder in our area, and well, basically that inspired the poem. Colors fill the space, memories gather a blurred face. We spin as we roll, we spill tears of joy. Round and round we go, no rhyme or reason, no answers in substance. We give as we take, shimmer in all that thread. The sparks fly as the silver winds. Flashes of light show revelation. A putrid stench floats near, as the frothing pink liquid swirls. It sickens us as it flows. The blue is soaked through our screen seas. The blanket of the plain darkness envelopes us. Dizzy yet steady, sick yet in control, I rise to stand alone. A feral instinct helps me on the way. The green gives in on me, the brown is harsh. Yet it is the color I see, the one that was setting on my course. The blurred face is now clear. The colors have merged in formation, clear as a blue summer sky. I see what I have left behind. Yet again the colors have tempted me. The monstrous art unleashed. She lies before me, an unmoving, unrecognizable, crumpled slash form. I wipe the violent color of my night as I walk away, swallowed by the black of oblivion, waiting, yet apprehensive of the next murderous morn. The next one is extremely short, and it was actually an assignment that was given to us by Kaiser. He's an Caribbean poet, so I never got a chance to read it to him, but here goes nothing. A chair, its seat tacked together, barely holding on, ramshackled, just as the man sitting in it, bedraggled and foul of breath. He has much to say, but says little. He has much to do, but does not. He, like the chair, is barely holding on, victims of decay, victims of a time gone by. One afflicted with polio days before the vaccine came in 1940. One afflicted by termites before the terminator came. One a support for another. Thank you.
She was supposed to say something about me, which I don't want. Okay. So I'm supposed to read some words. The printer wasn't working, so I had to do it from my home. Hello. So, what I will read, it's kind of hard for me to read something because what I write is kind of hard to recite. I'll read it anyway. Sorry, it is just I do that. This poem was for someone. He was the name of the poem is In Conversation with Sattar and Abdul. I don't usually give names to my poems, but I did this one because this is his session. And I'm very sorry. Could be you are Sattar, Shora. Shora is the person I wrote it for. Could be you are Sattar, Shora. Camouflaged in those glasses and slowly deciding to befriend calm. Another victim of time and agony. All there was, all there would be, your misery. But sleep well. You don't dream nor do you wake up bugged into sunset. You hardly remember the last time you cried, or the dead night when you couldn't breathe anymore and died. The next morning, did you open your eyes and glare at the emptiness the night left in your glasses? You never could know how much this country hated you for never accepting the prizes they offered. All you threw away like that novel and took the knife hidden in your drawer. Cutting your heart into bewildered shapes, you refused them all and thought, am I the ghost or the deserted taboo protocol of colors? Does your breath fall out the mirror? Do you see a yellow t-shirt and a soft scribbled anger? You hate full moons. And my screen. You hate full moons, the stars and the shines. Yet, you are really Sattar, a ghost, a memory, an ecstasy of ungrateful nightmare. That is very dense. I am Abdul Haque. I forgot I didn't introduce myself. Okay.
What was the backstory?
The backstory is about Sattar, Jean-Paul Sartre, and he was a philosopher, a writer, so many things. And what happened? He rejected Nobel Prize. There are many controversies why. I mean, some say it's because Albert Einstein got Nobel Prize before him and he was younger than him and stuff. And it could be. This person, Shora, he is a painter, he draws, and such a marvelous one. And he is like him, rejecting many things, questioning authority. So that I love that. I have a problem with authority, so I do that. So he kind of influenced me, so I wrote that. Okay, I could read another one. I have some. আমি একটু বেশি বাংলা বলতে চাচ্ছি, আমার খুব ইচ্ছা, মানে মনে শো করার জন্য আমার মনে বাংলা বলতে। হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা, একটা বাংলা বলি। আচ্ছা, আমি বাংলা Alright, so this one doesn't have a name, and part one. Strange how blood gushed out and all came running to drink. Wine never felt sweeter, and Bhima envied them. Day 69. Countries are like Mary Magdalene, virgin yet polluted. The cigarettes I smoke in greed are far better than the tears you shed. Smokes are the sum of entropy, and the tears of hypocrisy. That has been the story of art since those bastards first ruined the caves with vice and stuff, wherever the rocks. We want nowadays to actually go back in time and meet the bastards with some real hypocrites. This is why we now grow beards, let our hair fall down to cover our ass crack. Forget Socrates, he was a bullshit. Russell was the real me. Dave, why the hell do you care? That's the meaning of the plot. Did you know your parents died the day? Why the hell do you bother? Why the hell do you mourn? Human nature. Well, your mom had been corrupted long ago. So shut up, please. You random people have been born to shut up to their necessity. You don't deserve no opinions. Your job is to pray, so do that in silence and let him see. And please tell me, why do you desperately believe that every one of us has to live 80 years, 80 miserable years? You don't, he didn't, she, most of you didn't. I do, so let me leave. You go off, dig your brain and pray that somehow you go to heaven and then have sex with me, that's mercilessly. Let me have your daughter. Or anyone. Just, I don't want to go to heaven. I want to be here and live. Why do you fill your head with so much information when you need only two? This is all a lie, and you are a father. Okay. I don't know. Should I read more?
Yes.
Who's next? Alright, I found it. So I will bother you with one of my cousin. One more. এটা একটা বাংলা প্রথম মানে অনেকগুলো পার্ট থেকে আমাদের প্রথম দৃশ্য গ্রামভূমির মায়া শিশে চিৎকারে গুলো বাতাস আর গাঢ়তম দীর্ঘ নিঃশ্বাস আর আলোকে কাম সংকারে জুটোর গন্ধ শুকে যে রেখা সিম্ফনি তুমি মেলা সুগন্ধ খুঁজে পাইলাম তার ঘাড়ে মাথা রাখে ঘুমানো ঘোড়ার কেশর আঁচড়ে বোবাকাশ দৃষ্টিকে অস্তিত্ব মায়ের কোমর হয়ে যায় মায়াধুন্দ্র রূপ আর গাঢ় গোলাপ সুবাস মাথা মেলাঙ্কলি একা মাথা দ্বিতীয় দৃশ্য হিমজল কথা বলেন এমনটা ভেবে নেই গুল গোলাপ কোথায় ছললে খসা মাজা নক্ষত্রগুলো রোজকার দৃশ্য সত্যি 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 কি ঘটে চলেছে তা জানতে পারলে জেনোসাইড লেজিটিমাইজ করা হতে বলে ধারণা করছে বিশেষভাবে অবদান তাতে লেজিস্ট্রেট নাকি কম দুর্গন্ধ পৌঁছল কিনা সে সম্পর্কে বলতে বলাতে নিষেধ আছে বলে জানা যায় হা 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 গালা সমস্ত কবিরা মনে এটা শুধু একটা দিকে লাগাতে চাওয়া হচ্ছিল এবং প্রথম কবিতা এটা ছিল মজা ছিল যখন আমি দেখলাম হা 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 গালা সমস্ত কবিরা আচ্ছা তারপরে হচ্ছে বিভাগের সঙ্গে বিভিন্ন blasphemy Mono, are you there? Explosion in the sky. Take care, take care, take care. Cheers. Okay. Cool. Things I'll take. See that. No absolutely.
You got a amazing job there. And our next one is our very own, and it's Sattar. Would you like me to introduce you, or? I think you're pretty good. Sattar is a journalist and a poet. She assesses herself as an unpublished poet and someday wants to publish her own poetry. Thank you. Thank you, Noor. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming for our third poetry session. We're doing this completely, and this is the third time. And like I always say, when I come to this podium, that it would never be possible if you were not a wonderful poet. And today I'm more honored than I usually am, because I will be reading in front of a very prominent personality, Kaiser, and I've known him for a long time now, but seeing him here today, hearing him read was actually very. Yes, and we were laughing actually. That's how I know him. We used to do French together. I'm going to read you a poem today. One word. My first one is called Differene. It's about falling in love with my man.
So that's the rainy desert. I didn't know till I met you. Now it rains every night. You brought into my life a mix of passion and love. I call it devotion. Others call it love. But that's the story. That's still it. My fairy tale was that magic, but Abdul Haque. Remember the night we met? You knocked me on social media. Private degree of affection, I call it, in public media. But again, that wasn't the story. You have water part of the story. Your wife life part. You are taken on the red part of the story. You are taken. Even before we meet and fall in love, you were taken. Even before I get enchanted in your charms, you were taken. But that didn't scare me. I went ahead, fell in love. In devotion, I seeked you. I wasn't scared. I'm still in love with you. You are too. They explain how we should have met a decade ago, and now you're a father 4-year-old. I realized your wife is your best friend, and I am your love. I see no reason to be worlds apart. So I wrote my story about you in little poems and poetry, and kept locked away in a hard box that could only be broken open at my death. I'm like marrying honor, falling in love with the forbidden, getting killed in the interest of silence, leaving behind the admirers who might let me shine like a star, but I chose to shine like your star. But that doesn't seem to bother, for we both are our own outline. We kill and retrieve our breath together. We are young. I burn your skin. You soothe mine. I'm your sunshine. You are my desert rain. Thank you. My second read would be the name of the poem is Fakhera. This is obviously thinking Women's Day. It was last on Women's Day. Just because I just do that. I'll read. Angry was my first love. The beat was the second. I try to light candles with my fingertips, only when the moon is dictating. I know not of the Prince Charming that the unicorn promised to bring. I only know of the witches that keep me in the dungeon. The life I chose was not of cooking, neither of cleaning gold, nor did I have a magical power to touch and beyond the oath. I didn't choose to run around deep in the forest with the hope to see a walking light lamp and serve your bright friend. I rather chose to be the lamp that lit my way through darkness. I chose the path up and down, then the smooth way to princess. I had to learn to eat alone when there was no one else to serve. I had to learn to face the road and not my little nerves. I told God that showed me how to cross the road alone, how the rest of the world pointed and laughed when I tried it on my own. The late night return were always taunted. That was the cured reach. Of what? Oh, the active society, whose daughter begins to beach. A secure norm is the girl tied not at 23. An insecure menace is the girl that is single and 33. But behold, there are other rules. The girl is fair and lovely. It's mandatory for the bride to be white, both and not ugly. Rules are you can't work late. It's not safe to be alone out there. You will fall in the hand of wrong men who will leave you alive like a bear. You need a proper man to hold your hand and guide. You need to settle down in the night sky where it's rolling and have a jag ride. I asked, who's my man? Where is he to be found? The normal guy in the resume you just on the ground. I asked, can my man be found in a piece of paper? The Noor said, keep digging, my child, dig a little deeper. I asked, what will happen when I choose my man? Will he make me any better? The Noor said, sure he will do. He will keep you safer. I asked then, where will my man be when I talk about alone? The Noor said, you were blinded by the passion of your own. I asked, why did the man hold my hand when I crossed the road alone? He said, you were looking, so no one came along. But I said, I said, nothing failed me. Well, that is the other judge, the other I see. Let's take a moment to realize of who we pretend to be. When all we have is dirty side and relentlessly. A man never held my hand and never helped me across the road. He only showed me a fear faith, waiting for him alone. Yet we were strong and healthy, unmindful, blissful, and ignoring me. The less you know, the happier you are. Someone I'm fond of once said to me. And here I am today, after several years of solitude. Writing my growth and poetry of womanhood and gratitude. I'm happy with the space and the filled gap of my ribs and history. I'm content with my own mistakes in the process of building me. The deaf, the dumb, the blind are who, the ones who don't read. None is wrong, none is right. It's all about how we see. So let's give unity, the bright day ahead. Men, women alike, love, like thread. Touch and spread. This is my special. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sattar. And now, the third poetry session comes to a close. I hope you all enjoyed the evening while I shared it. And special thanks to all the poets for gracing us with their presence and poetry. I would also like to thank all the persons involved and our editor, Mr. Barnali Saha, for arranging such a wonderful event. But before that, I would like to invite Mr. Shimon to come to the podium and say a few words about our event, how you found it. Thank you.
Well, I have Kaiser Haq with me, and of course, I have the privilege of having him as my colleague. And I start with the example of his recently published book. The book, just one commercial. So, have you seen this book? It has been published from the Harvard publishing company, right? So it's a very business work, and it has been recognized by unbelievably one top publisher, Harvard. So I mean, it can be any all over the world. So Kaiser Haq is published from Harvard. What does that signify to us? Because the book is translated is on the snake goddess So basically through his eloquent word creative translations. So basically what the West is looking for, they're looking for knowing about our own tradition. So when I was invited that the session will be here, which we can link between Bengali poetry, English poetry, I was that's an idea. So because I know people who write in English, except very few. and of course they know me as well. So it's an opportunity that we can know each other. So well, it was an experience, pleasant experience as well. What I noticed from well, I have covered all these sessions, sorry like that. So I am very of you. ইংরেজিদের ট্র্যাডিশন সম্পর্কে আমার যে সব ধারণা আছে সেটাকে আমি সাহস করে অন্তত কাইসার সম্বন্ধে বলতে পারবো না, খুব অল্প করেছি। তো আমার যেটা মনে হচ্ছে বাংলাদেশ সম্পর্কে আমি কাইসার সম্বন্ধে তো ওখান থেকে আমার যত ধারণা রয়েছে যে আমি ভাষা একটা বিষয় বাইরে আমি যে চাইল্ডের স্পেসে বসবাস করি। Unfortunately, in this tradition of Bengali poetry comes from India. Although poetry is very but আমাদের কাছে poetry is more of a commitment, social commitment, political commitment, which comes with linguistic commitments. এবং আমাদের I'm trying to build a dialogue between words, English language. আমি বাংলা জায়গা থেকে আমি মনে করি যে আমরা যখন কবিতা লেখা শুরু করেছি, কবিতা পড়া শুরু করেছি, আমাদের এইগুলো ক্রাইটেরিয়া। আমরা মর্ফোলজি লিখেছি বা সিনট্যাক্স লিখেছি, কিন্তু মূলত কাজে আমি শোনা করতে চাই কবিকে তার স্পেস সোসাইটিতে শোনা করতে চাই কবিতার মধ্যে। এটা ছিল আমাদের লক্ষ্য এবং এটা যদি আমরা না পারি আমরা ক্লাস হয়ে যায় কেন থাকবে না। আমি জানি না হয়তো বাংলাদেশে বাংলা কবিতার ট্রেন্ড আমরা আমাদের অস্তিত্ব আছে। তো আমি যখন আপনাদের প্রশ্ন ছিলাম আমি পারছিলাম না যে কবিতাগুলো কোথায় লেখা। আপনাদের ইংরেজি আপনাদের যে ম্যাথমেটিক্যাল করেছেন, অনেক সোশিয়াল ক্রিটিক করার চেষ্টা করেছেন, ক্রিটিক্যাল এক্সাম করেছেন, সবচেয়ে আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে পারফেক্ট আমাদের ঠিক আমরা কানেক্ট করতে পারছি না। তো হতে পারে পারফেক্ট হতে পারে ডেফিনেটলি স্টাইল, কিন্তু আমার হচ্ছে যখন আমি একটা কবিতা লিখেছি সেই সময় বিংশ শতাব্দীতে, তো আমার মনে আমি ইনস্ট্যান্টলি থ্রু সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া আমি শেয়ার করতে পারি নানান জায়গায়, মানে এবং আপনি গ্লোবাল শেয়ার করতে পারেন। তো সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমি মনে করি যে ডেফিনেটলি আমরা থেকে শিখছি, আমরা আরো আমাদের ইচ্ছাটা ওই লেভেলে থাকবে যে আমি আসলে যখনই লিখছি, যখনই পাবলিশ করছি আমি আসলে কমপ্লিট করতে পারি। তো সেক্ষেত্রে আপনি যদি ক্রিটিক করবেন হ্যাজ টু বি রিয়েলি মোটিভেটেড, মানে এটা কোর মোটিভেটেড মানে সুপারফিশিয়াল মানে আলোচনা করবেন না। তো আমি মনে করি যে এখন এই সময় আমরা যখন কবিতাদের প্রায় দিল তো চর্চা করব, তো সেখানে সেটা একটু সিরিয়াসলি হবে পয়েন্ট। আদারওয়াইজ আসলে পাঠক লুজ করেছে আমার পাঠক পড়ে না। প্রথমত জনপ্রিয় থেকেও দেখা যায় যে সাহিত্যকতা বন্ধ দিয়ে দিয়েছে, সাহিত্য পড়ে না। কবিরা আমি শুধু ইংরেজি করছেন, বাংলাদেশের ভিতরে একই অবস্থা যে আমরা অভ্যস্ত, আমরা আমাদের ওই ইচ্ছাটা যেগুলা আমার আইডেন্টি তৈরি করবে, আসলে একটা মিনিং তৈরি করবে সোসাইটি এবং মানবিকতা। তো সেই চেষ্টা আমাদের দ্রুত সেই চেষ্টার মধ্যে চলে যেতে হবে। আমরা বেশি যত কম সময় আমরা ওই অ্যাপারেন্ট প্রিন্সিপালের মধ্যে থাকি ততই আমাদের দ্রুত সুস্থ করে যেতে হবে। আমি আমার নিজের একটা গোল সেট করেছি, তো যাতে আমি আমার ধরা যায় যে অপ্রস্তুত ভিতরে যাতে আমি পাঠকের সামনে হাজির হতে না পারি, আমি চাই যে যখন পাঠকের সামনে হাজির হতে কোনো পরিপ্রস্তুত হয়ে হাজির হই, আমি নিজের একটা জায়গা ঠিক হচ্ছে। আমি আশা করবো যে আমরা বাঙালি এবং বাংলাতে যারা যাচ্ছেন, ইংরেজিতে যারা যাচ্ছেন, তারাও আমার মনে হয় যে এরকম একটা প্রচেষ্টার মধ্যে যদি থাকেন তাহলে আমরা আমাদের এই কবিতা, আমাদের এই সম্পদ, আমাদের এই ইমেজারি দিয়ে আমরা আসলে গ্লোবাল ওয়ার্ল্ডের শেষ ক্যাপচার করতে পারবো এবং সেই সময় আসলে উচিত আমি মনে করি। ধন্যবাদ। আমি জানি
Thank you, Mr. Tushar. Now I would like to invite Mr. Kaiser Haq on the podium to give a few words about our event. Mr. Haq, would you please come to the podium? Thank you.
Also, as consequences that I can understand them, there is a lot of interests. I don't see any sign of the whole order. And when over an hour, we start after reading, talking about the poetry. I can take it as a very encouraging sign. Let's thank more English version of it's composed through reading with the prologue. I mean, only 2-3 years to right. It took me about a year that the hang idea. We have about 8 versions or more put together things that I like. And then mainly interested in that phase of our history, pre-colonial phase of our history. And that do a few more. Regarding the use of innovation, right, effective. It's very important to be able to capture the flavor of my life in this country. I've always tried to do that. All my life, 99% of my work has to this particular form of the blue, which I was born on, which I spent most of my life. Even if I look at my output as a word, when I was abroad, I didn't write as many words as I did when I'm here. And I think that there is a continuing dialogue. Bangla literature, which is reflected partly in my translation and applications. And also, I would say, in my own original English, one thing that strikes me, we are only in the sense of multilingual. It doesn't matter which language one might like to say. Because we become English for very practical reasons. I'm talking about English in the person he or she will acquire English as a language or a language for using this business. We are bombarded by images, words from almost every culture in the world. We are using new words which are coined nowhere. And when we sometimes write, I mean, let's say I'm writing in Bangla, but behind my absolutely conscious mind, there is a huge area where all these things that we are part unconsciously, part critically, because we are doing both at the same time. All these things also impact on my life. If I write in English, it does not mean that the body that is all around me is not having an input to what I write. And not only Bengal, but I mean, this is South Asia. If you talk about cultural continents, Europe, Nietzsche, he says that we should go to being now nationalists. In the same way, we should be aware of the fact that we belong to the culture that has developed in the subcontinent for thousands of years, from all the way to Afghanistan and across the subcontinent to here, and from Himalayas to Sri Lanka. So, I think what is needed is whatever language writing, one needs to be, you have an open, reading mind, to be critical when it's necessary, to be spontaneous when it's necessary. There is no formula. One can realize that there is no formula that agree right. I can never explain how to provoke him. But I can specify that when a word takes shape, it occurs to say images which have been hanging around my mind for how long, straight thoughts that come together, the gel. And when gelling takes place, and I see that something has emerged, that is the most satisfying experience what I have. The question language in this country crops up all the time, particularly in February. And there's a serious problem here because we use English as the de facto second language. But the role of English in our lives has not been acknowledged in the Constitution. So the Constitution says every official should have done to introduce Bengali to every sphere of life, which are practically possible. So we say the high position in junction and newspapers were putting down one or two signboards, and then the day after things went back to normal. I think if we just make it clear, well, we need English for various reasons, and declare our national second language. We're putting it in place. No one is saying that the most important language. It's like language. But also be giving it the places that actually India has. When you go to a bank, when the export industry operates in the foreign office, does its job, and the high court judgment. So, because we have done this, and this is the role of it. Yes, this is the second language. And then we taught us as such. We learn, we need it. That's not a problem. But after that comes the question of creativity. And there's this debate goes all the way to Michael. He started this. Then in our time, to wrote a short entry on Indo-Indian poetry, and then Indian poetry. In a very roundabout, because the phrases some poets of the 19th century, like Barnali Saha, who is not complete, read out it, and still writing in English. Regarding the use of alienation, the antagonism, this goes back to the idea that one can create only one time. By and large, the yes. Most of the work has been done but it's not entirely true. Kazi Jesin probably spoke practically to my wife. He wrote Sanskrit. And in Sanskrit is bits in practically. So you have the ordinary characters speaking, the superior characters speak Sanskrit. In Europe, Latin was used intensively. Today, it can get some kind of interconnectedness that increasing. We have more and more cases of writers who are ignoring linguistic boundaries. So, recently, a writer of Russian origin, subsequently led to the academic nonsense. There's a writer of Russian origin, who is also a member of academic nonsense. Milan, there became world famous as long as you see the Czech. The themselves they were French. After Fakhera, they settled in Britain and wrote in English, Nabokov from Russian. So that goes back into the Romantic age. There was a French poet called Chamisso, who settled in the German, wrote German. One poet is about Peter Schlemmer, become a very mythic character. He was a French writing in German. So there are many things will keep increasing as the world becomes more mixed up. I think it's interesting to remember that when we are presented literature work, we should examine it critically. Instead of saying, which language are you written? If it's not this language, we will not look at it. Instead of that, let's look at the word and examine it, analyze it, evaluate it, criticize it. I would say that openness is very necessary. Thank you all who made this evening possible, and particularly the audience, because I think that you are still smiling. You're with us more, which is a wonderful thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was an honor to have you with us. And now, I would like to invite the podium is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a very short, a few comments that I can make, an observation of the entire thing. Number one, I should thank the outside authority. We have been doing this for quite some time now, and this is becoming a real big stage. And I'm sure we're going to have more famous faces sooner than later. Right? And especially this evening, starting from afternoon, in fact, as I just mentioned, just smiling and expect some more, but I promise I'm not going to give you any more. And because after this, few people might not like it. So what Kazi has Shumon, right? Shumon, I would like to just say a few words about what I feel as not as a poet. I say that I write poetry. I don't call myself a poet. As I said, I call myself a writer who writes poetry. What I feel from my childhood, there is a matter of feeling, creativity, and the language is not really a problem or a bar. So you can write whatever language you feel comfortable with. It is universal, the feeling, how the writer or the poet looks at things, and that matters. So I think about your observation or feeling about a certain thing, it can always be in your own language or any other language that you feel comfortable with, as I just said. So that's open, it has no bar, it has no fixed words or expressions. That's what I feel. And the last word would be that we have enjoyed thoroughly this afternoon, evening, especially with special presence of Kaiser Haq, I must say, because I've been a great fan of poetry actually, and from my childhood, we never I do. And when I was living in India, I still have a great fan of poetry, and I visited in India. Not this time. I went and met him very good was. So at least this was what I wish he was here now. He could have written more lovely pieces. If the Bangladesh teacher would have addressed him, the mountains and seas and all that. Anyway, thank you very much. I don't want to waste more time. Thank you very much, thank you very much, everybody who is here, and we want to see more big names and more popular faces. Thank you very much indeed.
And now that we have come to the end of the show, I would like to invite our editor, Mr. Barnali Saha, to close the podium and give your words. Thank you.
প্রিয় সুধী, আমি সাত্তার ভাইয়ের কাজটা করে দিয়েছি সবাই ভাই। আমি আমার অনুষ্ঠান আমারও খুব লেগেছে। আপনি অনুষ্ঠানটা উচ্চতা বেড়েছে। আমার মনে হয় যে এই উচ্চতা অ্যাকোমোডেট করার জন্য আমাদেরও ভবিষ্যতে আরো বেটার আরো এলিমেন্ট ইনক্লুডিং যেমন স্ট্যান্ডার্ড হাই হলো তার সাথে আমাদের ইংরেজি নিয়ে সমস্যাটা আমাদের এই সমস্যাটা ইংরেজি নিয়ে আমাদের অস্বস্তি কি করবো বুঝতে পারছি না। কেন এটা আমারও পার্সোনালি সুমনের কথা কবিতা পাঠের জন্য নিয়ে যাচ্ছে আমার আবার একটু চিন্তা ভাবনা করে যে কবিতা মানুষের করার আমরা কিন্তু জানতাম যে আমাদের সময় করি আমরা নিয়ে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করি। এটা আপনি নিজে বলতেন আমাদের সাহিত্যকতা প্রথম ধরেন বিক্রি করেন এই 4.5 লাখ কৃষি সরকারের মধ্যে হয়তো 4,000 লোক 2,000 এক করে পরিস্থিতি। তো এটা সমাধান কি হতে পারে আমি জেনারেলি জানি, কিন্তু আমরা যেটা বললাম কবিতা ফার্স্ট পার্টি দিয়ে দাও, ফার্স্ট পার্টি দিয়ে এবং অসাধারণ পাঠ। তো এটা 3 দিন ডিফিকাল্ট এটা করলে মানুষকে ভিতরে না যায়। আরেকটা হলো ইংরেজি বাংলা ডিলেমার বিষয় আমরা এবং বাংলা পত্রিকায় আমাদের ইংরেজিতে কন্টেন্ট কারণ আমার ধারণা যে বাংলা একটা বড় অংশ ইংরেজিতে দিচ্ছে। এটা স্টুপিড বা একটা বড় অংশ ভালো এইগুলি ছোট ছোট পরিকল্পনা। আজকে সাত্তার ভাই বিজ্ঞান বলছেন, তো আমার মনে হয় যে আমরা এই অনুষ্ঠানটা কন্টিনিউ করি এবং সেশন যদি দুটো জিনিস করা হয় বিগ এন্ড স্মল কাজটা করা বাংলার মন্দিরেও একটা করা হয়। এটা উভয় বইকেরই হয়তো সার্চার করবো। আমি যে কমিউনিকেশন করবো এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমার কোনো কনফিউশন নাই। বাই ছিল আমি আমার এই জায়গায় আমি আশা করবো যে সম্ভব হয় অবসর করার করলে এটা পরম্পরা তৈরি হয়। আমার সীমাটা বলতে আমি বোধহয় বাংলাদেশের সবচেয়ে কম বেশি কাজ করার চেষ্টা করি। আমার একটা বড় সহায়ক আমি কখনো বড় ফিনান্সিয়াল সাপোর্ট পাইনি, কিন্তু আমাকে সাপোর্ট করে অনেক ছোট অনেক সাপোর্ট করতে পারছি। এবারও আমরা বেশ বেশ কয়েকটা একসাথে শুরু আরো বিকল্প একটা সময় একটা একসাথে আমার আমি রেডি করিনি আমার প্ল্যান এটা হচ্ছে সাইজ আমাদের ডিনামিক দিচ্ছি এটা আমার আমরা কাজ শুরু করতে যাচ্ছি আমাদের সমস্যা তো এরকম অনেক একসাথে তো এটা আমি জানি এর পর্যন্ত আমরা এগোচ্ছি তো এর পাশে দেখেন এই স্পেসটার মাঝখানে আমরা বসে করছি আপনারা রিয়েলাইজ করতে জানেন বা পাশে ডান পাশে থেকে দৈনিক বিকাশ কথা হওয়ার জন্য সবচেয়ে সিরিয়াস কাজগুলি হচ্ছে তাদের জন্য আমরা আগে অসুবিধা হয় না এবং খুব কঠিন এবং তারা সেই কাজটা করছে এটাই তাদের খাওয়া এবং কোনো অসুবিধা হচ্ছে না ধারণা করা হয় অসুবিধা হয় আসলে আরো নাই এটাও ঠিক হচ্ছে না পারছি যদি আমার আলাদা ভাড়া করতে হইতো এই অনুষ্ঠানটা আমার করা হতো এই জন্য আমি চেষ্টা করছি যে যেন আমরা কন্টিনিউ করি এবং এটা উত্তর জন্য আমার এই আপনি ভুলে গেছি বা আমাদের কবিতার সঙ্গে আমি আমাদের ওভারঅল ইংরেজি বাংলা আপনার নিজের কাজ সকলকে আমি থ্যাংক ইউ
Appreciate everyone who are present and your yes. And now, Thank you.
Siap legal. Siap.
Mira,